Hello everybody, this is Frankie Day for Frankie Day Models. This is video number one for the USS Constitution. This is my 1965 release of the kit. The kit in general came with a pre-painted hull, so what I did, I preserved the hull, like I mentioned before on the previous video. Excuse me. I don't want to cover up that copper or anything like that. I was debating on go ahead and antique it using grains and stuff like that, so nah, leave it alone. I got about three or four more of these things in storage, so I don't need to. I'm gonna keep it with a nice copper hull like the way it is, and so I'm pretty happy with it. The bulwarks, this thing's not green at this time. It's not. No, I would say they started painting because I got the Underhill book on Old Ironsides, and when she came out in 1797, when she was actually 1796 is when she was actually launched and everything. And her colors at the time remained the same, except the bulwarks were they were painted red inside. Then probably right after the War of 1812 by 19, I would say probably about 18 between 1850 to 1860, they started painting inside the bulwarks green. There are all kinds of colors. The Navy always inside a middle think tank. They're always changing things, changing colors. Same thing with all armed services, Air Force, Army, everything. So this is when she came out. The Battle of 1812. It had red bulwarks in there. It was traditional at that period of time. They had press gangs in America just as much as they had in England. If you lived in Boston at the time, you were in a nice pub, you worked hard all day long. I imagine back in those days, those guys did the same thing as we do. You get off work, hey, Frank, let's go down to New Moon Saloon and get a couple of beers, man, before we get home. All right, let's go. How many shillings you got? Well, I got this and that. Well, let's go have a couple of beers down there. And as you drink down there and amuse yourself, the press gang is always walking around and always peering through windows like that. And you see about four or five of those guys in there. They come and grab you like this. You give them a fuss. Whew, clunk over the head with a belaying pin. Do you wake up with two headaches in the morning? A knot in the head from getting hit with the head with a belaying pin, and a headache of a hangover, and where the hell am I? So they had press gangs in the United States Navy just as much as they had in the Royal Navy. In the Royal Navy, United States Navy were pretty much the same colors, except we had white, they had ochre. So the Constitution actually it arrayed in in many colors, bulwarks, everything. It used to be a barrack ship. It's been restored a lot of times, guys. It's kind of like us, you know. You take a model, you knock it off the shelf, but it busts. You first thing hits your mind, forget about it, throw the goddamn thing away, buy another one, and your second thought says, no, 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 just restore it, fix it up, get all the pieces together, put it in the box, let your temper go down, and don't worry about it. Go on to something else. Then when the bug hits you, the inspiration bug hits you, go back to it. It's okay. All right, I fix this. And pretty soon you're restoring it, you're painting it different colors and things. It works the same way. But the bulwarks were optional, either white or green or just regular red. If you're making it now as a Constitution resides now in Boston, in the Navy Yard, uh, that's the correct colors to paint it. Okay, I mean to tell you, I got some stills of this. All I'll tell you one thing. I'm sold on these wooden decks. You'll see them on the slides. The wooden decks is just it just adds a little spice to the model. You know, it kind of confuses you in a state of mind of, am I building a wooden kit or a plastic one? It really spices up the plastic that wooden deck does. You can stain it if you wish, but don't do that though. It's already got tree nails inside the planking already. You'll see it on the slides. You ruin it. What I did, I used clear polyurethane on there. I used a rattle can. I used some of the Ace polyurethane. It's the best stuff there is. Don't yellow nothing. So I took it outside. It was a nice day yesterday. Took it outside and gave a couple small coats to seal that plank in there. Okay, this is a nice model. The internet is filled full of these different companies, different builders. A lot of Revell ones out there. A lot of Naval kits out there. I have not yet gone to even see a blue jacket one out there yet. I imagine a kit like that's too complex for the average modeler to build. But mostly in favor is this Revell one's really nice. I can't believe the cost of this thing throughout the years. Now I paid $8.50 for this back in 1965. It was FW Woolworths. About a week before I bought this, I bought the Kearsarge. That too came with a pre-painted hull. This is in the era of 1965. By 1969, they stopped pre-painting all their hulls on the Cutty Sark, the Pedro Nunes, the SS United States, the USS Constitution, the Alabama, and a Thermopylae. They don't do that no more. Like 1960s was the end of an era that you don't do that no more. But at the time, boy, it was beautiful to have a pre-painted hull like that. It made you think at the time psychologically you really had something there. So man, I can't believe the cost of what I paid for this thing and the fidelity of detail. And it takes time to build too, just as much as it does wood. Novice should have no problem building this thing under supervision, under their parents or a modeler, or if their parents are a modeler. And they should have no problem. Uh, this is a beautiful model when it's done. I built this about the seventh one of these I built. Okay, what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna take around, swing around, take a look at the slides, and get back to me, and I'll probably prepare for another video or something else I'll be going on. Tomorrow I'll get paid tomorrow. I get my retirement check for the old Valentine. I should get tomorrow. I'll go down there to Harbor Freight and I'll buy me a chisel set so I get hot on the hull of this flying fish and get some video shaking on that too. Right now I'm kind of going so far on these because I don't want to go the full Monty until I get out of this trailer, and that'll be really soon. And so when I get my new place, I can go all the way up. I have no worries. But in here, I'll take it up as high as I can. That's about it. And so most of the work anyway is all homework anyway. Give me about 2 seconds, guys. Be right back. Grab yourself a beer. I'm cooking some soup beans back here, and I gotta stir the beans up. You burn the beans. Oh boy. I hear you people back here. Whoa. Wonderful. Shit, you're gonna eat right now. Oh yeah, fellas. I'm really sorry about this. I was cooking some soup beans back there, and I heard it boiling back there. So you gotta stir them up. Can't walk away from the stove. I got one eye on you guys and one eye on the stove back there, so you're getting burnt. Everything's under control. Okay, we get back to after the stills. I'll operate the tiller and the rudder of this thing and see how neat this thing works. Okay, roll the stills, Pancho. Okay, hope you guys like those. Alrighty, I purchased up the top of a radio box I got right here, and the thing gives you a good feature. You can actually operate the rudder by using the ship's wheel, the helm, the way it's wired up in there. It's pretty neat. So before you guys do anything, first thing you do is before you put this deck on this thing is part number 13 are plastic eyelets. I went and made my own. I took some floor wire, rounded over a piece of a rod, tightened up maybe a nice eye, clipped it off, pulled it off, dabbled a little bit of cryolite glue on there, stick it in there, strong. And be sure to beeswax your tiller lines too for easy movability. Okay, right here, I made a little long right here. I don't know why I did that, but it's always good to have the more than not enough. Make sure this thing ain't crossed around. Watch the rudder, boys. I think this is kind of cool. Like I say, that wooden deck really makes this thing, puts all the pizzazz to the model, I'll tell you that. I haven't built a Constitution in, oh Lord, a little more than about 10 years ago. The last time no, no longer that, about 15 years ago. So this is a model you always go back on and build, never get bored doing, guys. And there's so many out there floating around eBay and everywhere. Some are very outrageously in cost, and some are right in there. And This is a really nice model when it's done. And one thing about it is you have to worry about having too much fear of punching those cannons in. Because these cannons do stick out a lot more due to the Victory, but the Victory, like I say, it's a porcupine. You got cannons all over the place. And they're very easy to hit by accident by grabbing a whole stuff, hull of stuff. So, like I say, you always grab underneath. And if you can't do that, by the time the model progresses in the build, just tie them out on a good board. That way you can handle the whole board itself instead of the model. We have to worry about punching the cannons. And the cannons, they stay pretty good. I never had any problem with the cannons on the old Ironsides. But I did AC Cryolite glued all the cartridges onto the to the plastic and also to the wooden deck to give extra assurance they won't fall out. And the oven payment, of course, there's a little white inside, and you saw me live action painting inside the bores on this thing. And model work. Before you add the top deck on this thing, make sure that the cannons are all rigged. We'll probably make a live action job of that. And like it really don't matter, you don't have to worry about rig and tackle in there. All you do is just put your stoppers on there. So just like a big old howitzer. They got all these little L-shaped, hook-shaped plastic projectiles that stick out. That's where you wrap your thread around and go up, wrap around the back of the cannon, go next one, wrap, wrap, wrap. You're constantly doing this until it's all rigged up. Then you got to add your bowsprit mount, which fits up forward up here. If it fits your bowsprit, make sure it's glued in there first before you add the top deck on here. This is a real nice model. I really enjoy building this thing. When you work slow, they come out quite well. When you put a rush to it, you have a lot of regrets because you'll see a lot of mistakes that you made. And like I say, shipbuilding is a very time-consuming hobby. And a lot of people nowadays don't want to put the time into building something like that. It takes a year to build. I could probably have this thing done about a year. It builds pretty fast, but same thing with the Victory. I can have the Victory done in a year. So far, I've been working off on that thing about, 2 years now. So I got 2 years invested thus far in a Victory. So like I say, they're a time-consuming hobby, but like I say, the more time you put into them, the more sharper and better they're going to look. I mean, virtually, you get yourself a museum piece. Okay, I'm debating of either working on the Titanic or the Amerigo Vespucci. I might just go ahead and work on the Amerigo Vespucci and get the mast all put together, get them all done, and get everything ready for rigging. Now on the Susquehanna, it's ready to be rigged right now. I just got done putting the channels on it, so that model is ready. It's ready for rigging. I think that'd be a smart move. Let's go ahead and do a little tightening on my Amerigo Vespucci and just go ahead and start putting the mast on there and stuff, and make a couple of videos and post some pictures of it. I'll probably get on the Titanic next. I'd say probably by in this week I'll probably be back on the HMS Victory, starting live action, rigging up the bowsprit. Okay, I'm out of here, guys. This is it for the USS Constitution. This is it for me. It's a beautiful day out there. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's about what, 40, 47. I got 47 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. Sunny. Squirrels running wild all over the place out here. Really, real nice out here. Real nice day. We got nice days coming, guys. Okay, next video I'll have up, I don't know. I'll surprise you because I don't know myself. It's a tie between the Vespucci or the Titanic. And, or I might drag something else out I got to fix up on. I got a lot of stuff I got to catch up on. But right now I'm trying to keep everything right here. So I'm rotating around a circle. The more I get done these things, it just gives me more to do on it. Keeps the videos going too. Okay, guys, that's enough of this. And so take care of Mama, take care of the little ones, take care of yourselves, guys, and be aware of your surroundings. Spend wisely, and get yourself a kit, grab a kit, get all your family business taken care of, and work on it. Watch videos, and amuse yourself in Model Land. And thank you very much, everybody. Like I say again, guys, this was since last night. This is what I close like everybody. Put a prayer in for Chris Cortell for a speedy recovery, that he'll survive this and he'll be okay. He'll be back on YouTube again, and his family will be happy and he'd be happy, and they get rid of this devilish disease. And with prayers always helps. I prayed last night before I went to bed. I say my prayers every night, guys. I really do. There's no shame in saying your prayers because God's all you got. You ain't got God, you ain't got nothing. So all I have left is a brother and God, and my kids, grandchildren, great grandkids. That's all God under the day name. But say your prayers and be good, and we'll catch you next video. This is Frankie Day from Frankie Day Model signing off. God bless you all, guys. And I love you, fellas. Take care. And again, thank you for all my new viewers, and all my new subscribers, and all my old viewers, and all my old subscribers. I'm very deeply, deeply honored from the keel to the foretop. This is Frankie Day from Frankie Day Model signing off. We'll catch you guys on the next video. So stay posted.